Hey everybody, this is Grace. Well, today is the day after, I want to talk about some just weird things keep happening to me. After yesterday, I didn't put up all the videos before I had, but I went to get some chicken. And this is nothing unusual these days. I don't know what it is. Besides, nobody wants to work at these places anymore. I don't know. But, went to get some chicken, and sure enough, got home and it was the wrong order. You know, I guess somebody else's order, somebody before me, somebody behind me, I don't know. Or they're just a joke, because it looked like a joke. And tried calling 9 times. And anyway, I had made a whole video, because we did go back and made a whole video about it, and I put it on a channel I don't make public. I just put stuff like that when things happen, because it was a whole ordeal and unbelievable. Oh man. But see, weird things like that happen to me, bad things that happen to me. It's like on a regular basis too. Just, it's been my whole life too. And some people have told me I have a jinx life, and I don't believe in jinx anything. And but the weird thing is, weird things happen to me. I mean, one of the biggest weird thing that ever happened to me was, well, besides all of a sudden my mount is going to start bouncing all over the place. It hasn't been lately, but anyway, was when I was really young, I developed an adrenal disorder, and of course it wasn't noticed until the year 2000, and that was by accident. Okay, seriously, it was by accident. I just wound up in the hospital. It was by accident. They saw it on a CT. Yeah, all these doctors had misdiagnosed me, and all the doctors since then that have misdiagnosed me. Yeah, and show them proof. Oh, they don't want to see that proof. They do not want to see that they were not professionals. You know, seriously. Okay, hopefully I fixed it from jumping. That did just unbelievably. I just moved it, and so because I moved it, it's going to punish me and jump all over the place. Weird things like that happened to me. Seriously, it took me a while to get it adjusted where it wouldn't do that once again, and then I just moved it barely, and it's doing it again. Oh, I'm telling you, it's exhausting. My whole life, 58 years, has been exhausting, because just from little things to big things, you know, like, because of my big thing, the adrenal disorder, things won't go for me like they do for other people. Really, seriously, it's jumping a little bit, but not as much, I think. Oh boy. Well, I made a liar out of me, huh? But yeah, you know, things just, bizarre things happen. People who've been around me, like I was saying, they see these things happen, and they're like, "Whoa, you weren't exaggerating. They do happen to you." You know, on a regular basis, and it's gotten to the point where it's like a daily basis, and sometimes more than one thing per day. The only time I really had any kind of like a little bit of a break from it, and it was just really, I don't even think I could say that, was during the 2 years I was basically at home, 2020, early 2020, since I had this adrenal disorder, you know, and I wasn't out doing things out, okay? I was not doing anything outside the home, really, like going to places. Every once in a while I would go through a drive-through, you know, but it would lead to something like getting the wrong order when you get home, or, you know, I'm serious. I am amazed at how often that happens. And also now, you know, once I did start going into stores and all, I did for like 2.5 months once I had both of mine. You know, I'm leaving out certain words. And then it was like, we shouldn't go out again, and so anyway, Adam was going with me for those 2.5 months, and he was shocked by how bad things were. And he was always working, and I'm the homemaker. I would go out and do all these things by myself, and he never wanted to really believe that it happened that often. But when he started going with me, just those 2.5 months, and we didn't go every day. We may have gone once a week, something like that. He was like, "Oh wow, did that really happen?" This, in a man's voice kind of thing, whatever. But the man's attitude, or him. I shouldn't say it. It's a man, because not all men act the same, and not all women act the same, and you got it. But boy, he was just flabbergasted. I'm going to use that word, flabbergasted. And hopefully I'm using it right. And I said, "Welcome to my world," each time. And then he stopped going with me, because we stopped going out for a while. Then, we started again, and he hasn't been going out with me. Maybe he knows, save himself some headache. Plus, we got these 2 dogs that, if we both go out without them, oh my goodness, we come home and they're like, they really are not trained. Yeah, they really aren't. And we couldn't, take them to, we got those rescue puppies like a 1.5 years apart, and they weren't able to go get, when they were young enough, each one of them, to go get trained, some kind of training, because yeah, they are undisciplined. I mean, the older one now knows a few things, he's, 2.5? And, 2.5. The other one, oh my goodness. I think I've said this in probably more than one video. But that's something too, because I've never, ever known dogs to be anything like these 2. Seriously. For weird little habits and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm going to try to go. I mean, already some stuff has happened. I'm going to just try to go into a store. And let's see if I go into a store that there is no drama inside of it. Because I might as well, say, forget it, we're bouncing all over the road and all that. But let's see if I go into a store. I'm going to have somebody in front of me again today that, yep, they're going slow, and I'm going to miss the light. Was it today or was it yesterday? No, it was when I was with Adam yesterday. And the person just sat there, and like 4 or 5 cars turned in front of them. And I think it was a guy, from what I could tell. And just sat there, and finally I beeped my horn, and he went really slow, wanting me to miss the light. I'm telling you, these things happen. Adam was with me, although you have to trust me on both. Whether I'm saying all these weird things happen or, weird. I'm using the word weird just to file all of it under weird, even though each one is, kind of different. It is different. Would fall under something different, some of them. But anyway, you'd have to trust me that weird things happen. You have to trust me that they happen the way they did. You have to trust me that Adam was there, that somebody else said that. So, hey, I'm just going to tell it like, tell it like it happened. So, okay, still sitting at the light. The other people went, and now these, and eventually it'll give me a turn signal. I think it might have to go through a whole separate, another one all over again. Another one. Oh, yay! Oh my goodness! But weird things happen. I'm telling you that there wasn't anything weird that time, but you never know. So I want to go in here, and I want to see if I can actually go into a store, any kind of store, any kind of place, any kind of restaurant, even drive-thrus at restaurants and stuff like that. Just go in without some kind of drama happening to me, or me seeing it happen to somebody else. Most often it's happening to me. Now, I don't think I have Target written on my forehead. I'm 100% sure of that. Actually, I should say I'm 100% sure. I do not have that on my forehead. But apparently, some people see it. Or imagining it. You know what I'm saying. That phrase was used from when I was young, and probably before then. So let's see if I can find a parking spot. Now I'm going to go in there. Now, the things that might happen in something like this, I wonder what that sloppy mess kitchen is. I don't know. But things that would happen would be, like even parking, come out and somebody's, you know, that I had a video on that. Somebody had hit me. I was at home, though, years ago, in an apartment complex, and somebody just, I was upstairs in my apartment, and somebody hit my truck. Yeah. There's a story about that one. But things that would happen is like somebody dents the side of my car, or, you know, whatever could possibly happen just parking and then going into a store. That kind of stuff happens. And while I'm in there, all kinds of things can happen. You know, when I'm in the store that I'm going into, and it's a little store, tiny, really. It's a Dollar Tree one. And it's the small one around here. We have one that's so huge. The aisles are actually shaped, the whole thing is shaped like, inside the aisles and all, shaped like a tree. You know, with limbs and all. It's kind of neat. But this is a little one. I just wanted to give it a test. Let's see. And I also wanted to say that some people just, they just accept any cow manure that somebody throws at them. That's a nice way of putting it. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever BS. And believe that it's you must be doing something. You must be throwing out to the world negative thoughts. If you only threw out positive thoughts, and they would come back to you. This is BS. A bunch of cow manure. Okay? Don't fall for that kind of stuff. Life doesn't work that way. It really doesn't work that way. There's nothing mystical or magical. Yeah, and I stop it right there because the car next to me, the woman has a baby with her. Okay, now I want to see real quick what this place is. Sloppy Mess Chicken, Joe's Burgers, and more. I don't know. I'll have to try that one day soon. Ouch. I don't know what it is, but got out of there and my I know it has to do with allergies, pollen in the air, and all that. But my scalp is. It's like my face, my whole head, I guess I should say, is itches. Like, you know, there's too much, like salt in the air, it seems like. You know what I'm talking about? Have you ever had that experience? Probably, right? Okay. Let's see if I can get out this one. There doesn't seem to be anybody coming. So let's get over there. Yay. But anyway, did something happen in the store? Of course. Any store. I'm not talking about just a Dollar Tree, but any place, like I was saying earlier. The biggest thing that usually happens is that I get followed around by usually a younger person, at least one. And they always seem to need something right in front of my face. But it's not always somebody young. Sometimes it's been people my age group. I hope this isn't jumping around again too much. But anyway, they need what you're looking at. There's the whole store they could be in, and other places in the store. but no, they got to have it right in front of your face. And they're going to stand there like, you better hurry, or they just put their hand right in front of your face and grab the item, even if you're reaching for it. Oh my goodness, and it doesn't just happen to me. And Adam's like, did that really happen? The rudeness of some people. It's all about them. They're first, and yes, I know what that is. And unbelievable how some people can be. That just happened to Adam recently. I was there with him, standing behind him, and we were in one of these those big convenience stores, and the guy just kind of almost pushed him away at the coffee machines. Adam said, "I was using that coffee machine, going to use that coffee machine. Do you get some coffee?" And the guy put his thing up there. I was standing there. Yeah, I know. The guy was so freaking arrogant, extremely arrogant. About him. But anyway, it's warm. It's only 87. It says it's supposed to be in the 90s today. It's May 6, 2022. And anyway, I wanted to talk about this. I have for all these years on my original channel, I've been making videos for 7.5 years, and I've always wanted just a channel, just take one channel, and it's not going to be me purposefully complaining, but I'm going to say what has happened in my day that would give me reason to want to vent or rant, the pressure release valve, as I call it, and just have one channel for that, and for people to know that's the purpose of the channel. This is what happens to me on a regular basis, and to state what has happened to me that day actually happened. Okay, now I would not be that creative enough to come up with something new every day. And you know how it is when there are just so many arrogant people, or people who, just do not have manners. Do not have manners. We all make mistakes. But I can't believe that I'm just, pointing. Like I say, I don't believe in jinx. Like, somebody has a target on their forehead. But I see it so often, and I don't think it's just me that sees this. And these kind of things. So that, those kinds of situations, I just want to channel. But that's what I do. And if I don't, I can't. Like I was saying, I can't be that creative to come up with something new every day, because, really, I'm just. Although I write these stories and put them on different channels, I'm not. No, different type every day. I don't think so. Sometimes several a day. That's what I'm going to do, I think. I hope. As soon as I say that on any of my channels, I say that I was going to do something, I don't do it. Something else comes up, and or I get, can't even make videos that day or whenever. Like I said, like if I were to say I'm going to do one video every day, and it's not going to happen. Now that, it's not like it's something kind of supernatural that happens. No. That causes me not to be able to. It's just what happens in my life. I'm not believing in. There's no jinx to that, or no, like I said, no thing supernatural that's causing it. Some people, they're just so into that. To everything has some kind of reason, like you're putting that out in the world. And when I hear people say that, I lose faith in them. I really do. I lose, they lose total credibility, I should say, with anything they say, because if they're going to fall for that, they're going to fall for anything, in my view. Well, there's plenty of things, if they fall for that, they're going to fall for anything. And so many people do. They believe you got to put out these positive vibes to the world, and then all of it will come back to you. Oh my, please, really? You can put out, many people have put out all kinds of positive vibes out to the world, and bad things happen to good people. Now, I believe that bad things happen to everybody. I don't think there's, if they live long enough, I don't think there's a person on the planet who hasn't had something that was not good happen to them. Something that was bad, not good. And there are people out there, oh, it's all about positive vibes. I'm not buying what they're selling, which is a bunch of BS. Like I said earlier. Okay, come on, light. And my feet feel like they're burning because the sun is so bright. We've been having rain for I don't know how many days now. It rained and or cloud cover for pretty much all the day. We might see the sun peek through once in a while, but today it really got bright. It's about time. I mean, come on, we had cold weather just a couple of days ago in Texas. Come on, this is Texas. We don't have that, but it's been turning to that. It really has. I used to say that Texas, any part of Texas that I've lived in several places in Texas. But basically, we would have, I would say this, of course it's not true, but this is how I would say it. So we have 2 seasons, winter and summer. And it's 1 day of winter and the rest is summer. Of course, that's not true, but you get the gist. It was unusual. And I gotta go around this. I don't know. I never know about that thing right there. But anyway, I did take some videos, and I did them for shorts, for shorts videos, and because I've tried them the other way. I started off doing those videos 7 years ago like that because that's all I knew that was out there. But anyway, these shorts, I'm trying these. Of course, you don't get any. I get more views than anything else, but you don't get any watch time, hardly any from it. Not from the people watching shorts. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'll talk to you in another video. Bye. Oh, I didn't mention what had happened earlier today. Like I said, there's something, usually at least one every day. It's been happening a few times that I've tried it. It's an app for my to have my medications, for diabetes and such, delivered. And I'm telling you, why can't they? It's a well-known place. Why can't they hire somebody who actually knows how to make the app work? I'm serious. It'll have such a variety of, just with this one thing, such a variety of problems with it, not associated to it, but problems with it. And I wound up having to call when it was supposed to be an easy click, 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 and it gets done. But I cannot recall, and I get them separate because I've gone all over the world trying to get them practically. It's exaggeration, but because they screw up, and like if I got them all at the same time, it's 3 medications, 3 different medications. If I did it all at one time, I'm telling you, it's going to get lost, or it's going to get somehow misdirected. It was sent to the wrong address, an address I never put in there. Various things happen. So, yeah. But anyway, it was another one of those days. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.